Happy Saturday. I'm so happy to see you. Welcome. It's your girl, Suzette Speaks. This is Jamaicans.com Facebook Live, and we're so happy you're here joining us. We're going to let the people come in. Thank you for watching from all over the world. You know I like to bring you fabulous women, and this woman is no exception. She is an entrepreneur. She has a real estate business. She is also a podcast host and consultant. So she's going to tell you how you can start your own podcast in 2019. Podcasts are the thing right now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll educate you. But she's also going to be a special guest at an event coming up on March 16th. I know I told you about it. I'm going to tell you again. It is the Speak Women's Conference. Hey.
Get excited.
Okay, get excited because it's a one-of-a-kind conference, and we are doing it on location from where we're going to be, which is the Seminole Hard Rock and Casino. So we're giving you a sneak peek of what it's going to be like. We're going to be using their outdoor and indoor spaces, and if you haven't got your tickets, you can get it right here, right now on Jamaicans.com. Just check the events, and you'll see the Speak Women's Conference. All right, plug done. So we're here right now to talk podcasting.
Yes.
So for you who are not familiar, Miss Gayon Nicole Bramwell is a Jamaican-born, U.S.-raised consultant who tells people how and why they should start a podcast. So if you've been dreaming about doing that in 2019, this is your year, and this is the woman to help you. How are you, Gayon?
I'm excited.
All right, so it's my friend. So in all full disclosure, we are homegirls and we know each other.
Yes.
And we've been a part of this movement of bringing women into their destinies together. So I'm so happy you're walking in yours, baby.
I am trying to walk in mine. I'm trying to help equip other women to walk in theirs. I started a podcast 2 years ago, and it's been a journey of confidence, growing in my own empowerment, growing in my own voice, and also letting other women share my platform and networking with you. I really appreciate it that you allowed me to, to interview you.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the number one lesson I got from Gayon is that you don't lose anything by opening up your platform to other people.
Right.
Actually, you both grow. So thank you. So this is kind of like she interviewed me for her podcast. I'm interviewing her for Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And I think it just absolutely helps both brands.
Absolutely.
So tell everybody who Gayon Nicole is and what it is that you do.
Yes. Well, thank you for that introduction. So I'm the founder of SheVenturesNow.com. It's my home online where I empower women to do work they love and promote themselves. And I'm also a podcast coach and consultant. And what that is essentially I help women, entrepreneurs, those who are speakers, writers, authors, launch a podcast in 90 days or less. Ooh. And what that is, just for anybody who's new to podcasting, essentially it's your own online radio show. It's your own creative freedom, your place to speak your content. If you're not a writer, but you've been wanting to speak and you really prefer to jump on and create your own content by speaking, podcasting is the place to go.
I love it.
So
you can hear the passion.
Yes,
you
very
can hear.
passionate about
Listen,
it.
so obviously this is a time now where everybody got something to say.
Yeah.
Everybody that grandma want host talk show. So if you want to host your own show,
Yes.
podcasting is a truly wonderful mechanism to reach an audience.
Yeah.
So you said you have a program that starts people into a podcast within 90 days.
Yes.
Listen, people, 3 months to a podcast is incredible anyway.
Yeah.
So how does this work? When you say you coach and consult and get people ready, I know a lot of people who think they're ready and can produce content, because really content is king right now. People want to see, want to hear, want to listen to different things. How do people know if they have what it takes, if they're original enough, if they have a weekly topic that they're going to be able to come up with? How do people know if they're really, really ready for a podcast?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Typically, Suzette, I work with people who are business owners, who are entrepreneurs, they're aficionados, they're passionate about a cause or their product or service. And so what I like to do when I work with business owners or consultants, entrepreneurs, I like to tell them, hey, listen, a podcast is an extension of your marketing. It is something that's already in you. If you have a product or service that you're selling, or if you are a speaker, you already have content.
Okay.
If you have a business plan, you have content.
Right.
If you're giving value, you have content. So what I try to do is really demystify the process by helping people understand. There's 4 key considerations to content in building a podcast. Number 1, your bio. First off, you want to start a podcast with episode 0 being about you.
Okay.
Who are you? What is it that makes you unique? What experiences have you done? What are the accolades? What are your credentials? That's your first episode. Take 10 to 15 minutes to tell people through your podcast who you are, what's brought you here, and why do you want to start a podcast.
Ooh.
Number 2, I try to help people understand. You probably have brand collateral already. You're probably wondering, what is brand collateral? Brand collateral is stuff like your website, your LinkedIn page, things that you've created that are brochures for your clients or your customers.
Right.
If you are a speaker, you have a speaker reel. What are some of the key topics you continually talk about all the time? If you're hosting networking events and you put on mixers and you've had panel discussions about things, buzzwords, things that are the zeitgeist of the culture, that is something that can be another podcast episode. So you have to think about brand collateral, things that you're already utilizing in your business.
Wow.
Thirdly,
Yes.
I like to talk to people about this. I say, you want to have compelling content for your target market. Okay, so you want to think about, again, if you already are a business owner, you have a target audience that you're trying to reach for your business. What are the observations of things that are problems that your target market is facing? That's also content for your podcast. You know, you can make 3 to 5 episodes, a lot of episodes for your target market's key issues that they're facing right now that you see. And then the fourth thing to consider as far as content is concerned, again, this is all mental preparation before you say, I want a podcast. You gotta have this in your mind already. The fourth thing I try to make sure people understand is compelling stories about you. Compelling stories about who you are, what you've overcome. People love hearing, you know, the story behind what did you come through and the victories that you've had that make you who you are. Because what you want to do is for every episode, bake in their stories, personally compelling stories about what makes you different. How did life bring you to be where you are right now?
Wow.
And those are the 5 different ways that you can create content for your podcast.
Yo, drop a comment right now, because I just know she has totally helped somebody think about how they're gonna start their podcast in a different way.
Yeah.
So you being you is the number one element of a podcast.
Yes.
Being able to articulate though your journey is something that you may need to work on.
Right.
So whether that's maybe journaling or having a friend, because we were just talking about this offline, that sometimes your friend can see gifts and talents or see you through different lenses that you can't see for yourself.
Yes.
So imagine you already have built-in stories about your life, things that you've been through, that your audience wants to hear, that is already going to resonate because you know the issues, because you got them, that they also face, and how you've overcome them. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to, just interject. One of the things that I love about podcasting, and this is really crucial because I think, and I'm sure you've seen this in your own life, a lot of times people, when they have a brand or a business, they want to come off very professional all the time. And they think, okay, well, I've been raised this way. I went to college and I've, been raised in academia, so my podcast is to be super polished and professional. Not so. A lot of what makes podcasting appealing is the conversational aspect of it. It's the fact that you're having like a fireside chat with your girlfriend on the phone. You're networking, but it's super organic. It's something similar like a Facebook Live, but it's different because it's not it's not live. It can be more on demand, so you can schedule it and then post it later. But I love that fireside chat element, right? It's the phone conversations that you have with your girlfriends where you're facing an issue and you're talking real. That's what podcasting does for your brand. It allows you to connect to your target market in ways in which the professional marketing doesn't.
Wow. So the keep it real aspect of it, if you're afraid to be yourself and if you're afraid to show your warts, you may not want a podcast. But it sounds like the best podcasters are okay with their idiosyncrasies.
They are.
They're common, we'll say shortfalls, but I don't really even think of them as shortfalls. They're just challenge areas in your life. But guess what? You have them, and most likely other people have them as well. So the beauty of it is just like you hanging out with your homegirl, chit-chatting, and that's the best podcast. Sometimes I do feel, especially with professionals, we want to come off as, okay, we have this speaking opportunity. Come on for that. That is not podcasting from what I'm getting from the expert. You have to be yourself. You have to just be real. And that people resonate mostly with that realness.
I think one of the elements of podcasting that really appealed to me, because my life has been transformed from podcasting. About 6 years ago, I was at a job I hated, and I religiously went into work and listened to podcasts like for the duration of my job while I was working. And what I found is I so appreciated the thought leaders, the authors, the coaches that created content that was just super relatable. It wasn't like they were trying to have me buy their program, but What's really crucial about podcasting from a business standpoint is when you give that authentic content, you're enabling people to really truly connect with you and to remember to purchase your program, your book, you know, your group coaching options, all of that. They're going to remember you. They're going to know you to be the subject matter expert in your field.
So I love the fact that you just living your life and talking about it is really the extension of your brand that you're looking for. So what I realized, people just don't want to buy stuff from you as in, here's a book, here, buy it. They want that personal connection with you. They want not the persona. They want to feel as if, gosh, I have heard her method of thinking and her approach to life, and I relate with that. Therefore, let me see what else he or she has to offer. So when you're looking at doing something as a podcast, you're not looking at just because I like the storytelling. Your brand also is kind of intertwined with just who you are. So once you start talking and having these moments of realness, people, through connecting with that side of you, therefore look beyond and say, okay, let me see what else she does. And then you kind of draw people into the other aspects of business, which is really what this is a platform to really enhance.
Absolutely.
Your audience kind of grows organically, as you're saying. So I love it. The fact that you don't have to push and pull beyond who you already are, because you are selling you, and therefore you selling you will help you sell other stuff. I hope you guys get it. So I know you guys have left some comments here. I want to make sure Gayon's handles and website are available to you. Can you tell folks where to find you and how they can? We're outside and I see little flies. No, it's clean. Seminole Hall got it going on. Well, it was like a butterfly. It was like a butterfly. So please tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on all social media platforms and all podcast platforms. Instagram, I'm at She Ventures Now. That's the name of my brand.
SHE Ventures, VENTURES, SheVenturesNow.com.
Yes, and you can also find me on Facebook, the same handle, at She Ventures Now. You can also find me on LinkedIn at Gayon Nicole Bramwell. So
I love it. So tell us real quick, we know this is Jamaicans.com, and we know everybody that I bring on, including myself, we have a link to Jamaica. Tell us a little bit about how you grew up.
Sure. Yeah, so I was actually born in Jamaica, but I was raised in South Florida. From the time I was 11 months, they brought me over here. And so I was raised in South Florida, went to school over here, went to UF, go Gators, went to NSU for my master's, go Sharks.
Yay!
And from that time a little bit, I grew up in a family that was very enterprising, very entrepreneurial. And I had the type of mom that I had was a go-getter, do business. And my mom was very big on expressing expressing herself. Really, she was very big on owning your voice. And that's something I have to credit the reason why I started She Ventures to my mom. She started her own business from when she was 30, and that was the bread and butter of our family. But something unique about my mom is she always encouraged me to express my voice, to be speaking, to do radio. All of the things that I'm doing is because as a product of my mom.
I love it. Big up mommy.
Yeah, big up my mom.
Big
Yes,
up
Don Bramwell. Love you.
Big up Mama Bramwell.
Yes.
So how does your Jamaican culture, do you feel like it influences you now? Because a lot of people have been saying we could do a whole program on this already. Who is true roots and who are a part of the branches from the roots, right? So both Gayon and myself born into Jamaica, but were raised in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, South Florida. But we still got it in us, guys, and I love that we could have that whole discussion about the diaspora. But I want to know, do you feel, as a person who came as a baby, that your Jamaican culture still influences you? And if so, how?
Absolutely. So, you know, a couple of things. One, this might sound a little cliche, but it's real, okay? My parents were both born and raised in Jamaica, but their hustle, and I know a lot of Jamaican people, their hustle is definitely within me. You know, from the time they stepped over here in this country, they were saying to us, I'm one of three, I'm a middle child of three, that we were here to take their successes and launch into deeper successes. And they wanted us to own our gifts and make the most of it. Oh yeah.
So we want to make sure that Jamaicanness, the 2 job, the 3 job, the 4 job hustle has not died. And I think many of us in the diaspora carry it forward. Those same principles about education, because she also does have her master's. She also, went on and did other things, got real estate license and all this other stuff. So it's a beauty that, we kind of inherited the hustle of our mom and dad coming to a new country and trying to make a whole new life. And here we are, the beneficiaries of their hard work. So big up mommy and daddy. So
sure.
again, I know we're out of time here, but we want to thank Miss Gayon Nicole Bramwell. SheVenturesNow.com. How to start your own podcast. She's waiting for you guys.
Yes.
So make sure you check her out, and hopefully we'll see you at the Speak Women's Conference on Saturday, March 16th, right here at the Seminole Hard Rock and Casino. Suzette Speaks and Gayon Nicole